Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep, and you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. And when you're alone, do you say my name or you say her name? Yeah. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep, and you and I, we got history, yeah.
You are still in my mind. The truth is so hard to find. With all the things that's going on, I lost track, I felt so strong. I got you on my mind, but something's been done wrong. Sometimes I've been thinking of what to make of me and my memories. Sometimes I've been thinking of, dreaming of what it could have been besides memories. 'Cause I still need you.
attention, girl, I know you. But you're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like Kung Fu. The love I feel is deep inside. The others don't matter. It's honestly us against the world. We're the perfect team. You're my dream, and I just want it.
Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself.
Oh baby, if you ever need a helper, you should know that I'll be there day and night. Nobody else can love you better. I'm here just to treat you right. You're the reason I'm alive. You're the only pain I can endure. And when you're not here, you're my dream, but I just want it. Yeah, I just wanna. You're my dream, but I just want it.
Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself.
But I just want it.
Deep inside I knew from the start, you my bunny, I'm your Clark. From now to eternity I give you all my heart. We are meant to be, it's clear to see. My love is bigger than I thought. I got everything I want when I hold you with my arms. The others don't matter, my love and my pleasure, the key to my treasure. Whatever's the weather, day up and out with you till I die. How many times for you I'ma try? Want you to notice the one and I know this. Perfect soulmate, I wanna show it. My best friend, she saved my life, my happy end in hard times.
Oh baby, hug it to myself, hug it to myself, hug it to myself. But I just want it.
Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself.
I just want
Okay.
it.
Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. To myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself. Can't get to myself.
Oh baby.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. Go look in the mirror, say, hey, I'm sorry for all the pain. I'm sorry for all the pain. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. And when you're alone, do you say my name or you say her name? Yeah. My love, it grows with the memories like a symphony. And you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there
The truth is so hard to find. With all the things that's going on, I lost track, I felt so strong. I got you on my mind, but something's been done wrong. Sometimes I've been thinking of what to make of me and my memories. Sometimes I've been thinking of, dreaming of what it could have been besides memories. 'Cause I still need you.
Like the attention, girl, I know you. But you're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like Kung Fu. The love I feel is deep inside. The others don't matter. It's honestly us against the world. We're the perfect team. You're my dream, and I just want it.
Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself?
Oh baby, if you ever need a helper, you should know that I'll be there day and night. Nobody else can love you better. I'm here just to treat you right. You're the reason I'm alive. You're the only pain I can endure. And when you're not here, you're my dream, but I just want it. Yeah, I just wanna. I just want it.
Can you see myself? Can you see myself? Can you see myself? See myself?
From the start, you my bunny, I'm your Clark. From now to eternity, I give you all my heart. We are meant to be, it's clear to see. My love is bigger than I thought. I got everything I want when I hold you with my arms. Now this don't matter, my love and my pleasure, the key to my treasure. Whatever's the weather, day up and out with you till I die. How many times for you I'ma try? Want you to notice the one and I know this. Perfect soulmate, I wanna show it. My best friend, she saved my life, my happy end in hard times.
Oh baby, hug it to myself, hug it to myself, hug it to myself.
I just want it.
Take it to myself, take it to myself, take it to myself, to myself, take it to myself, take it to myself, take it to myself.
Okay.
Take it to myself, take it to myself, take it to myself, to myself, take it to myself, take it to myself, take it to myself.
Oh baby.
Barca are leaving them alone to really put these long possessions together in their own half.
You're right, but at the same time they have got a lot of patience, Las Palmas, on the ball. But yeah, they're not getting anywhere quickly. However, the fact that they're happy just to pass the ball around, get these sustained possessions, move Barca around the pitch. You're right that there's not too much pressure in these areas. You can see Barca lining up very rigidly in lines behind the ball, but it's still commendable that Las Palmas are capable to hold on to the ball for so long against Football Club Barcelona and be so patient in possession.
Tanner with the ball wide. Here's Tanane, he's got a chance for the shot. Drives it in low, it was straight at Mark ter Stegen from Oussama Tanane. Hit firmly, bouncing awkwardly, but the German keeper dealing with that without too much difficulty. Sergio Busquets, nearly caught by Cagliari there. And a slightly wayward one from Gerard Piqué, but I think Cagliari's been penalised for an earlier challenge. Is that attempt from Oussama Tanane? You can see just bouncing awkwardly in front of the keeper. Gerard Piqué for Football Club Barcelona thinks about the return ball to Busquets. Busquets nearly caught, and in fact was caught, and the referee goes across. Busquets looking at the referee, arms raised as if to say, did you see that? Not too happy with the challenge from Jonathan Cagliari.
Well, it's a real striker's challenge, and you can't really blame him for going for the ball there. Busquets is the last man. If he'd have managed to tackle him, he was one-on-one with Marc-Andre ter Stegen.
I agree 100%, because the first touch from Busquets wasn't a good one, and another opportunity. Cagliari gets into the box, and this time Busquets with the block. Good play from Cagliari, and a good response from Sergio Busquets.
Yeah, a bit of revenge as well for Sergio Busquets. I'm sure he's thinking here, there is no way you're getting past me after that poor challenge. And it was a bad challenge from Cagliari, but I think we both agree that the ball was there to be gone for, just slightly clumsy and a bit of a striker's challenge in the end.
It's the first corner of the game for Unión Deportiva. Tanani to take it. 5 yellow shirts in the box. One of them's Cayeri, manages to chest it down and hits it straight at Paulinho. Fortunately for Barcelona, they get it away quickly. Here's Suarez, neat little turn from him. Tanani quick to recover and win the ball back.
It's looked really good, Tanani, I think.
It's been a really good 10-minute spell from Las Palmas. They've dominated possession, and here's Tanani again. Mascherano comes across, and it was Denis Suarez on that occasion who made the interception. Sergi Roberto. Aleix Vidal being harried there by Borja Herrera. Manages to get the ball upfield, but the only man there is Alberto Aquilani.
And look at that pressure. Look at that pressure on Alex Vidal. He was forced to hoof the ball upfield, and who was there for Barca? Absolutely nobody. Ball immediately back with Las Palmas. At the moment, it's Las Palmas that are out Barcelona-ing Barcelona.
Jonathan Vieira on the ball. Gerard Piqué with the interception, but he can only put it into touch for a throw-in for the Islanders. Valverde looking on. Vieira. Aquilani. Vieira again. Was giving it away there. Suarez couldn't quite control it. This is Aquilani. Good ball, threading that one through to Borja. Now Tana. Inside to Cayeri. He leaves it for Hernan. And that's a good ball through the middle. And finally it's Sergi Roberto who gets it away.
Brilliant from Sergio Roberto, absolutely brilliant, because Caleri had made a near post run. It was a good run as well, good striker's run into the near post, and Sergio Roberto spotted it an absolute mile off, covered for the centre-backs, got in there ahead of Caleri and cleared the ball. Really intelligent football from Sergio Roberto.
This ball from Hilani, looking to link with Tanani, and absolutely crucial there as Tanani pulls it back towards Cayeri. Sergio Roberto getting there first, but it's a really good spell from Las Palmas. Again, maybe they feel a little bit more comfortable. They're used to playing to smaller crowds. For Barca, this is got to feel very strange. Aleix Vidal battling it out, losing possession. It falls to Busquets. Busquets over the top towards Messi, but safely into the arms of Chichizolo. Plays the ball out quickly. Is Borja. Now Tana. Back to Borja Herrera. Chimo to the keeper. Very little pressure on him. This is Lemos. Lemos finding Herrera. Aleix Vidal taking it off his toes. This is Piqué.
They had more of the ball in the first 20 minutes, but you're right, Las Palmas, the last 10, have absolutely dominated this game. Been by far the better side.
Here comes the corner, a high in swinger. Gerard Piqué rising to greet it. He felt he should have had a corner given, but it will be a goal kick. He's not at all happy with that decision. Did you read his lips there? Did you hear what he said?
I didn't just read his lips. I heard what he said echoing around the stadium, yeah. I won't repeat it. I think he's probably got a point, though.
I think he has, yeah. Goal kick. Las Palmas, well, showing that they don't get nervous when they're on the ball and have 2 or 3 rival players to get away from. Plenty of composure for Paco Ayestaran's side. Piqué wins it in the air. Tanner, a neat touch off to Vieira. Laid off neatly by Hernan. Aquilani back to Jonathan Vieira. Mitchell. There's a poor ball in the end, and the whistle goes for the challenge by Jonathan Cayeri. Plenty of options there, Mitchell Macedo. And Cayeri penalised for that trip on Sergi Roberto.
You heard the Las Palmas bench just shouting, Michel!
In desperation.
Absolutely desperate that it was such a poor ball, because Las Palmas had got themselves into such a brilliant and potentially goal-scoring position, and it really was a waste of a pass from the right back.
Here's Javier Mascherano for Football Club Barcelona, picks out Jordi Alba. Gets the ball back from Denis Suarez, quickly finding Busquets. Barcelona looking to up the tempo a bit. Leo Messi trying to get away from Jonathan Vieira, finds Busquets. It's left by Aleix Vidal. Sergio Roberto with the cross, and it's Paulinho getting on the end of it. You would have put your money on the Brazilian hitting the target there. He was in a slightly awkward position as the ball came in. It's a good cross from Sergio Roberto.
Yeah, never say die attitude from Sergio Roberto as well. It looked at one stage like it was an overhit pass and it was going to go out. And it's good from Paulinho. Maybe he should have hit the target, but it's another classic Paulinho run from midfield into attack. It's a brave header as well, as he challenges with the defender, but just couldn't quite get it on target that time.
Well, he's had to work hard to convince the faithful at the Camp Nou, Paulinho, since joining the club. He's never intended to be a replacement for Neymar Jr., of course, but he does offer other things to Barcelona. There's going to be a yellow card here for Paulinho for that challenge on Chichizola. Chichizola grimacing in pain. Paulinho just perhaps a little bit too anxious to get on the end of that one.
Yeah, it was a bit of an over-the-top challenge from Paulinho as he chased down the ball, took out the goalkeeper. Again, it's one of those, a bit like the challenge on Busquets earlier. He's inches away from what would have been a really important and potentially goal-scoring opportunity. But yeah, it was a late challenge.
Tanner on the ball for Unión Deportiva. Borja outside him. Borja looks up, plenty of time to pick his spot. The ball cleared as far as Aleix Vidal. Bit of a chase for Busquets. He loses out to Tanner. Gerard Piqué finding Suarez.
Good vision from Gerard Piqué, because that was nearly an excellent ball. But he was there quickly, Gerard Piqué, and cool-headed enough as well to take the ball under control and find a teammate rather than just launching the ball upfield.
Paulinho to Piqué. 11 minutes to go in this first half. A slightly ghostly atmosphere in the Camp Nou. Sergio Roberto just taking on a man too many. Cayeri, it's good footwork, he's pulled back by Piqué. That's a free kick and a yellow card. And he's causing problems, Jonathan Cayeri. And showing some good footwork there. No complaints from Gerard Piqué about his punishment.
No, it's a rugby tackle, isn't it? He grabs hold of his shorts, pulls him back. Clear foul from Gerard Piqué. Clear yellow card as well. He's just outfoxed by Cayeri, nearly takes his shorts off.
I think he tried to trip him first. Cayeri managed to step over him and then he pulled the shorts too. Chimo square, here's Lemos. Had such a good season, a dead ball specialist, Mauricio Lemos. Still just 21 years of age. There's Tanner. Jonathan Vieira. Hernan gets it back from Aquilani. Borja. Tanner. Vieira back to Tanner. Tanani. Vieira. Still Vieira. A neat little turn there from Hernan Santana. Aquilani picks out Mitchell. Plenty of space for him. Here's Tanner. Tanner's ball into the box. Kairi once more battling with Piqué. The ball goes through to Mark ter Stegen. Another long, composed period of possession from Union Deportiva.
Yeah, I think they're looking the better side, aren't they, to be quite honest. More possession, creating chances. Caleri's causing a few problems for Barca in defence, making a nuisance of himself. He's a difficult player to track. He's shown that he's good with the ball at his feet as well. That bit of skill to get beyond Gerard Piqué just a moment or two ago showed his quality on the ball. He's big and strong. Looks like a difficult player to play against.
Aquilani. I think Valverde will be a little bit concerned about these last 15-20 minutes. Aleix Vidal. Oh, it's given away. Lack of understanding there between Vidal and Messi. Kairi, very direct. They're just about getting away between Alba and Mascherano. Denis Suarez on the ball. He's got Luis Suarez to his left. Nobody else really making any tremendous effort to get to the edge of the box. Here's Jordi Alba. Dennis gets into the area, looking for Luis Suarez, but finding Mauricio Lemos.
Really interesting to watch Alberto Aquilani in that move. He's a very intelligent, very experienced central midfielder. We've obviously seen him in Italy for many years. He was in the Premier League with Liverpool, now in the Spanish League, and I think he's an excellent signing. He's a player that's very composed on the ball, but just then you saw him stood in front of the defence and just orchestrating, moving around the defenders behind him because he had the best vision of the ball. He saw what was going to happen, where the pass was going to be made, and he was instructing his defenders behind him exactly where to go.
Joao Piqué for Barcelona. Jordi Alba, now Denis Suarez. Cuts right inside. Still Suarez. Lays it off to Messi. Couldn't quite link up with Luis Suarez. Interception there by Busquets. Neat turn from him. Aquilani involved once more. It falls to Dennis. Leo Messi. Still Messi. Avoiding one challenge, then another. Still Messi. And in the end, the corner avoided by Leandro Chichizola, but a lovely little piece of footwork there from Messi, almost as if he said to himself, all right, I'm taking over now.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think there was a time or a moment when he looked up and he saw that he didn't have any options, so he just thought exactly what you're saying, Simon. He just thought, I'll take this one on myself, and he almost got through the entire Las Palmas defence.
Sergio Roberto on the ball. Back to Gerard Piqué. Mascherano. Just over 6 minutes to go in this first half. Jordi Alba driving one in low, intercepted again by Aquilani. Here's Tanani. Good ball inside to Kairi. Doesn't have too much support. Aquilani looking for Tanner, but instead finding Borja. It's Jonathan Vieira. Aquilani, as you said, such a dominant presence. That's a lovely ball from Vieira. Borja's cross. Kairi stretching, he got to it, but couldn't direct the header at all. And in the end, a throw in to Las Palmas. Some of the people here in the Camp Nou felt that might have been a free kick in favour of Barcelona. The linesman and the referee weren't convinced. And again, throw for Las Palmas, and this time it's Luis Suarez who's not convinced. Valverde
adopting the Unai Emery position.
As we just about move into the last 5 minutes. Here's Hernan, Macedo, Kairi holding off Mascherano brilliantly. There's nobody at the far post, but again showing strength and vision there. Jonathan Kairi. His perhaps the best chance of the game so far. This direct free kick from Leo Messi. Spectacular view of that one as it comes over the wall, and it was well saved by Leandro Chichizola. Paulinho on the ball for Barca. Here's Busquets. Suarez. Alba outside him. Now Luis Suarez. Still Suarez. Still Suarez is going to try a shot. It's blocked by Lemos. Picked up by Tanane. And Jonathan Vieira, Lemos. And again, positive, confident football from Las Palmas. Not just whacking the ball away when under pressure, but trying to play the ball out. Here's Mitchell. Lemos. Chimo. Vieira. Aquilani once more. Gets it back from Hernan. This is Tanner. They have to be careful here though, under some pressure from Barca. Managed to get the ball back to Chichizola. It's Lemos to play it out. Leaves it for Hernan. Mitchell Macedo, Brazilian, cutting away and inside. Over the top for Kairi, flag stays down. Mark ter Stegen well aware of the threat there. Busquets with a little touch, intercepted by Lemos. It falls to Paulinho. Here's Leo Messi, has a look up. Still Messi. Can't make the pass tell. And Las Palmas play the ball away through Jonathan Vieira. Still Vieira. Here's Tanner. Always looking for Vieira. Scored just the once so far this season, Jonathan Vieira. How he must miss Rocket Mesa. They formed a brilliant partnership in midfield last season. Aquilani, decent ball. Hernan does well to find Tanner. Gets it back from Tanani. Good ball again. Tanani looks up. Comes to Kairi off the base of the post. Best chance of the game so far. Brilliant build-up from Unión Deportiva, and still the threat continues, although Tanner losing out there to Suarez. Here's Luis Suarez. Still Luis Suarez. Finds Messi. There's danger here. Aleix Vidal making a run. Messi picks him out. Vidal looks up. Cross to the far post. Lemos puts it over the line for a corner. Brilliant attacking play there from Las Palmas.
Yeah, let's see this one again. It's firstly with Tanner, and it's a lovely through ball from Tanner to Tanani, who I think has probably been the best player on the pitch so far in this first half, although Aquilani and of course Kairi would be challenging him for that title, but they all put together a great move there. Really, really good football from Las Palmas.
Here's Leo Messi. May have taken a deflection. The referee says no, and it'll be a goal kick. But it was just that hypnotic build-up, wasn't it? There's Messi's attempt, just looping over the bar. And there's Kairi getting there ahead of Mascherano, beating Mark ter Stegen. Just seeing the ball come back off the base of the post.
Really unlucky. Really well struck. Excellent near-post run as well. Very, very good football.
Well, there's that earlier move. You can see how tight the Las Palmas defence are on top of Messi, and how he got away from all of them. He's had 3 attempts now. And a raised foot from Jonathan Kairi. Free kick given. And Busquets feels that the punishment could have been more severe. The referee deciding that just a word with Tanner was enough. Sergio Roberto with a bit of blood on his nose there. It's Kairi rather with the raised boot. But again, it's that old-fashioned striker, isn't it? Getting in there, leaving your mark on the rival defence. I think he's lucky to get away without a yellow card on that occasion, really. Andres Iniesta warming up alongside Ivan Rakitic. 45 minutes are up. Busquets and Piqué sharing a joke. There's a yellow card for Busquets.
I was going to say, I saw the referee brandishing a yellow card, but it didn't look as though it was for the Las Palmas player.
Can only be for dissent then.
Yep.
As the referee, Jose Munuera, gets another yellow card out. And he's blown for half-time. And Luis Suarez and Sergio Busquets go and ask what that's all about. Jordi Alba has got the yellow. 2 yellow cards for Barca in a move in which they win a free kick because of a foul from Jonathan Cayeri. Perhaps just a bit of a demonstration there, Duncan, that actually Barcelona haven't had it all their way in this first half.
No, absolutely. They really haven't either. I think Las Palmas, on balance, have been the better side. They've created more opportunities. We saw that fantastic free kick from Leo Messi, well saved. Other than that, we haven't seen too much of Barca in the final third. But Las Palmas have been brilliant. They put together some really fancy moves in the middle of the park. They've held on to possession patiently, and they created that excellent goal-scoring opportunity where we saw Caleri hit the post.
Well, it's been certainly a lively opening 45 minutes in this very eerie and strange atmosphere in the Camp Nou. We'll be back in about 12 minutes' time to bring you the second half. Just to remind you, half-time score, Football Club Barcelona 0, Unión Deportiva Las Palmas 0. Don't go away.
Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear. Driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun. Feel the wind in my hair, going nowhere I swear. Like an outlaw on the run, dangerous but it's so fun. Running, running, no. Hold on, don't let go. Running, running, no. Told my boss that I'm done. Had no luck with my mom. Say, what will you do with your life? You know it's hard to survive. A cigar in my mouth. Maybe guilty but proud. Now I'm an outlaw on the run. Dangerous but it's so fun. Running, running, no. Hold on, don't let go. Running, running, no. Keep running run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed to be alive? Break the chains and our freedom's ours to take. Look behind your back. Chase a light when the world is getting darker. I have a dream where love's the only side. So take my hand, join the army of the shadows. Going harder, we are more than numbers. Standing in the shade. Going louder, we are all one color. Standing in the way. Rising with each beat of the music is bringing real flames in the fire that keeps burning. We're inviting the night in. Welcome, my heart's so full, I'm devoting myself to the night. There's no motive, we're just listening, we're existing.
Barca have suffered in midfield. Las Palmas very, very talented with that link between Aquilani, Jonathan Vieira and the wide players Tanner and Tanani. They've caused Barca problems in the first half. On comes Rakitic. On comes Iniesta. Referee checking his watch. And the second half underway. I think you're absolutely right. Certainly those two forming alongside or either side of Sergio Busquets. Sergio Roberto still on the pitch.
I think Alex Vidal's come off because I think Suarez has maybe moved up into the front three.
I think you're right. Played back to Chichithola.
So it's Paulinho and Alex Vidal who have come off.
Two changes then made by Ernesto Valverde at half-time, just to confirm. Iniesta and Rakitic coming on for Alex Vidal and Paulinho. There's a firm challenge. You could hear the shout of pain from Luis Suarez as he got caught there. The referee was very well placed. And, well, it's Lemos, Uruguayan, catching the Chilean, catching his compatriot. Uruguayan players, Duncan, they tend to give no quarter. They're very, very united when they play together in the national side, but playing against each other, well, that's quite typical, and Luis Suarez felt that.
Yeah, he certainly did. It was a strong challenge, not a terrible one, but certainly a strong one, and worthy of a free kick. Suarez back on his feet, absolutely fine, and pacing out this free kick, although I think it'll probably be Leo Messi to strike it.
25 metres the distance. It's going to be Messi, and well saved again by Chichithola. Tanner sends the ball forward only as far as Sergio Roberto, who commits a free kick, prevents a Las Palmas counter-attack. It's a free kick to Unión Deportiva. That one curling away, probably would have just snuck inside the posts. Well saved by Chichithola.
You could really hear the slap as it hit the gloves of the Las Palmas goalkeeper, Chichithola.
There's confirmation. Iniesta on for Vidal, and Rakitic on for Paulinho.
Yeah, they were definitely being overrun in the first half in midfield, Football Club Barcelona, and one thing I've really liked about...
Oh, it's picked up there by Suarez, tries to cut it back for Iniesta, nearly felt for Messi. Jordi Alba continuing the move, picks out Iniesta. Iniesta looking to link again with the full-back, cutting inside instead. That's a good, intelligent ball. Denis Suarez, now Messi. Sergio Roberto cutting it back for Messi. Gets away from Vieira, gets into the box, trying to take on too many men. Rakitic with a shot, and a fine save from Chichithola, and immediately, Duncan, those changes having an impact.
Yeah, exactly, as you'd expect when you can bring on the likes of Andres Iniesta, and Ivan Rakitic is always going to make a big change. And what I was saying to you earlier, Simon, is that I've been impressed with Ernesto Valverde when he's made changes at half-time. It's not the first time we saw it. We saw it against Getafe as well. It's ballsy decisions.
And it's in the back of the net. Sergio Busquets at the near post, getting on the end of Leo Messi's corner. Brilliantly taken by the Argentine. Disappointment on the faces of the Unión Deportiva players. They've done so well to keep the score at 0-0, and they go down to a set piece. Valverde, one thing he's certainly brought to Football Club Barcelona this season is set piece work. Busquets just getting there ahead of Borja Herrera. He's considerably taller than the left back, and showed plenty of determination there, glancing the ball beyond the reach of Chichithola. Football Club Barcelona 1, Unión Deportiva Las Palmas 0. And well, excellent work from Valverde, as you just said, Duncan. Barcelona get the goal they so desperately wanted, and they get it at an excellent time, just 4 minutes after the restart.
Doesn't score many goals, does he, Sergio Busquets? He hasn't actually scored in La Liga since the 2014-2015 campaign, so he's gone 2 and a bit seasons without a goal. Finally back in the goals, Sergio Busquets, and it's a good one.
And there's another opportunity for Barca. It was Leo Messi there, the ball's still in play. It falls to Suarez, who tries to curl one, and it's straight into the hands of Leandro Chichithola. Las Palmas looking to respond. This is Tanane, gets into the area, gets away from Mascherano and drives the shot. It was about a metre wide, but it was well struck. Good response from Las Palmas.
And a good response by the man who was probably their best performer in the first half, Tanane. I've been really impressed with him. He's looked very positive, looked very skillful, takes on players. On that occasion had a shot just curling away instead of towards the far post, but as you say, a good strike and a good opportunity. This one also a great opportunity for Leo Messi. You'd expect him to do better from there, really. He scored so many goals from that kind of position, tucking it in inside the far post. On that occasion, far too near the goalkeeper, and a fairly comfortable save for Chichithola.
They're palming that one away, and Barca on the break again. Sergio Roberto, here's Luis Suarez. The flag stays down, Suarez goes down, and the referee gives. The cards are out, the red and the yellow, and he seems to be going to look at the Uruguayan striker rather than the keeper. Yellow card for Suarez for simulating. Suarez absolutely shocked by that one. And he's not at all happy, is he? No question of offside. Suarez times the run perfectly. Sergio Roberto's ball comes in, and I don't think there's contact.
I think he's tripped before he goes round the goalkeeper. I think he's tripped here.
Yeah, there is a touch there, isn't there? And you're absolutely right.
The goalkeeper doesn't trip him, and it's a bit too dramatic from Suarez, but there's certainly contact from the defender, not from the goalkeeper.
Well, a little bit of controversy then in the Camp Nou. And Las Palmas still just the one down. They need to regain some of that first half composure, really, because the situation not too bad for them. If they can once again find themselves in possession of the ball, they can still cause Barcelona problems. But it's certainly been an excellent start to the second half from Valverde's men. Intercepted there by Jordi Alba, one back straight away by Tanner. Is Hernan. Aquilani, like the director of an orchestra, showing the way for Hernan. It's Vieira finding Lemos. Lemos gives it away cheaply. Here's Busquets. Picked up by Messi. Chance here for Barca. And there was a lack of communication between the two Suarez there.
Yeah, I think the pass was for Dennis, and Dennis left it for Luis, and it was too far in front of Luis Suarez.
Michel Macedo. Hernan to Aquilani. Hernan again. Jonathan Vieira. Aquilani comes back to Mauricio Lemos. Lemos picking out Borja. Here's Tanner. Little chase back for Lemos. Leo Messi standing off him. Mitchell to Aquilani. Again, they do look so comfortable on the ball. Here's Vieira. Trying to get away from Rakitic and brought down by Rakitic. It'll be a free kick to Las Palmas. Vieira remonstrating with the referee. I don't think he can expect anything more than the free kick there, really.
I think he's very lucky not to be booked there. Ivan Rakitic, if I'm perfectly honest, it's a really poor challenge.
There's the moment of controversy as Luis Suarez went down. And now a free kick which could well be perfect for Mauricio Lemos. He scored 5 goals last season. I'm not going to say all of them were from free kicks from this kind of distance, but certainly 2 or 3 of them were. One of the top specialists in La Liga Santander. And he's got a really strong right foot on him, has the Uruguayan. Here's Lemos. Just rising above the bar there. No work for Mark ter Stegen to do.
He was worried at one stage, I think, ter Stegen. It was a really good strike for the ball, but just not dipping in time.
Here's Suarez. Blocked by Lemos once more. It's quite a battle between the two Uruguayans. Andres Iniesta. Suarez, first time back to Busquets.
Never scored more than 1 goal in a season.
Messi over the top, it comes through to Suarez. Still Suarez holding on to it under pressure. Still Suarez looking for the option. And finally the head of Leo Messi, who will be tremendously disappointed to have missed the target.
Really good play from Luis Suarez, once again showing his importance to the side. It's not all about scoring goals. Look at this movement, it's absolutely superb. It's an excellent ball, of course, over the top as well, but then when he does pick up possession, he's clever enough to take on the defender, put in a cross, pick out Messi with almost a pinpoint perfect cross. Messi's on the penalty spot, should have hit the target, could easily have scored.
I think Messi just made it 1 step forward too much and was in a slightly awkward posture, but it was Messi's ball into the box for Suarez in the first place. Then he crops up looking for the return ball. Play on, says the referee, as there's a clash with Iniesta there. Vieira. Michel Macedo back on his feet. There's Aquilani looking for Cagliari, finding Mark ter Stegen, who's quick to play the ball out to Jordi Alba. Sergio Busquets. Sergio Roberto. Rakitic, back to Gerard Piqué. Okay, under pressure from Cagliari, finds Mascherano and is once more back to Mark ter Stegen. Las Palmas stepping off Barca in Barca's half. Mascherano with a good ball, and that's a neat first touch from Suarez. Denis Suarez gets into the box, it didn't quite fall for him. Mitchell Macedo quickly across to clear, collected by Rakitic. Rakitic goes down and wins a free kick. That seemed like a bit of a soft one really, but the referee was well placed to see it. Not too much in it really.
Not a lot in it, no.
And it's very nicely positioned for Leo Messi. Jonathan Vieira will have to move a little bit further back than that. Yeah, you can hear the instructions from Chichithola. They played it quickly, Chichithola off his line, and Luis Suarez caught offside.
There's a point that you mentioned earlier, Simon, we've talked about it this season. They have worked on their set pieces, Football Club Barcelona under Valverde, no question about it. We've seen them varying things a lot. Aquilani's gone into the book for something he said to the referee. Here's the quickly taken free kick. It was a nice one, good thinking, but Suarez just slightly offside, and it was the correct decision as well.
Chichithola clears, won by Sergi Roberto in the air. Busquets failing to get to that. Sergi Roberto quickly across to anticipate his Iniesta. Looking around and looking ahead of him, couldn't see too many options. Is Mascherano for Barcelona. Releases it, looking for Iniesta. Not even the genius of Andres Iniesta was able to keep that one in play. Throw into Las Palmas. Messi took the free kick quickly, and there's the dissent from Alberto Aquilani that earned him a yellow card. We saw Busquets and Jordi Alba pick up yellow cards in the first half. We saw Luis Suarez get one just a few minutes ago for what the referee felt was diving. Aquilani goes in the book too. Busquets winning that loose ball. Neat footwork from Rakitic. Busquets. There's Leo Messi. Denis Suarez. Back to Messi. See how well Las Palmas keeping their shape. Those two lines, just Aquilani moving from one to the other.
Without a doubt, though, Barca are having much more of the ball in this second half than they did in the first half. Las Palmas finished dominating the match. More possession than Barca, creating more goal-scoring opportunities, but in this second half it has been a different story. We haven't seen Las Palmas with so much possession, and certainly with Iniesta and Rakitic on the pitch, it's a different-looking Football Club Barcelona.
Leo Messi, Suarez, Messi again, loses out. Vieira coming up against Sergio Busquets. Messi, Lemos there with the block. They played out nicely. Hernan letting that one get away from him. Iniesta, Alba, Piqué. Sergio Roberto to Ivan Rakitic. Sergio Roberto once more. Rakitic gets it back from Denis Suarez. Suarez on the ball. Created a little bit of space there. Suarez driving forward, gets into the area, tries to find Luis Suarez. Lemos was quick to react. Here's Tanane. Gets away from Jordi Alba. There seemed to be a possible handball from Mascherano there. It fell to Cagliari. Mascherano responding. Cagliari bringing it down. Holding off Mascherano. Finds the pass to Tanane. Now Aquilani. Hernan. Aquilani once more. Jonathan Vieira. never in any rush at all on the ball, Jonathan Vieira. Tanane, neat reception. And this is what you were mentioning, the lack of this in the second half. Suddenly Las Palmas with a long possession. It's Jonathan Vieira's shot in the end, which didn't threaten Mark ter Stegen. But once again, that composure on the ball from the visitors.
Well,
that one came off his head, didn't it?
Quite deliberate as well.
Yep.
From Mascherano. I thought exactly the same as you, Simon. I thought it was potentially a handball. Probably not deliberate, but as he slid in. But no, you could see Mascherano is he's just such a battler. He's absolutely incredible. We should never have doubted him, really.
Of course. Ter Stegen with the clearance. It's collected by Chimo. And again, Las Palmas looking to build up a possession here. Is Aquilani. Tanane. Tana and Mascherano got there first. Mascherano wins the throw-in for Football Club Barcelona. And Las Palmas seek to put pressure on Barca as they hope to play the ball out from this one. Busquets wins a free kick. Again, you could hear the shout of pain as he went down.
You could hear the clatter of studs on shin pads as well, as Aquilani just took out Sergio Busquets. I was saying earlier, Sergio Busquets has never scored more than 1 goal a season in La Liga, so he's got an early goal this season, maybe a chance of getting his top ever tally in the Spanish top flight.
Mascherano for Football Club Barcelona. Iniesta, harried from behind by Lemos. Jordi Alba finds Busquets. Denis Suarez, Sergi Roberto, Messi next to the referee there. Instead it's Ivan Rakitic. Mascherano. Wide to Jordi Alba. Suarez, well blocked by Mitchell. And Lemos, nonchalance in itself really in his own area there. Iniesta, Leo Messi, still Messi, and testing Chichitola, but a little bit too near the keeper once more.
Yeah, and he just cut his angle down there, Leo Messi. It was going to be very difficult to beat Chichisola from that kind of angle. Maybe a little back heel for Iniesta would have been nice there, but still an effort on target from Leo Messi.
Las Palmas to try and play the ball out. Here's Mitchell Macedo. Now Tanane back to the Brazilian. Aquilani. Mitchell inside. Jonathan Vieira. Tanane. Does well to find Vieira. Vieira holding off the challenges of Busquets and Mascherano. Aquilani picking out Borja. His Tana.
Interesting to see how Barca are playing in defence when they haven't got the ball. Very much a 4-4-2 formation, with Denis Suarez joining the midfield. Messi the furthest up the pitch as the number 9, and Suarez sat just behind him. You can see it now from this.
Rakitic penalised for that challenge on Hernan Santana, free kick. Maybe a little bit fortunate, Rakitic, not to have seen a yellow card on the 21 minutes he's been out there. Vicente Gomez and David Garcia among the players warming up for Paco Ayestran's Las Palmas. Here's Macedo. Oh, neat back healer from Tanane. Cayeri battling there with Mascherano, and it will be a goal kick. Well defended there from the Jefecito, the little boss.
Against his fellow Argentines. So you got two compatriots competing against each other at one side of the pitch and 2 Uruguayans at the other, so it's interesting battles all over the pitch today.
Rakitic, Mascherano, Jordi Alba, Mascherano once more, Busquets, Gerard Piqué. Now it's Barca enjoying their time on the ball. Alba, Suarez makes a run. It's a good ball, well responded to, however, by Lemos again. It's been really good this afternoon, Mauricio Lemos. Borja with a long one forward. Piqué got his head to it. Sergio Roberto back to Mark ter Stegen.
I think they've been good all over the pitch, Simon. Las Palmas, they were really impressive in the first half, but even in the second half, when they haven't had so much of the ball, they've looked, as you say, solid in defence. I think Lemos has been brilliant. He's won just about everything in the air, except, of course, that corner kick that was won by Sergio Busquets at the near post. It must be very frustrating for Paco Ayestarán. He's seen his team so far, 60, nearly 8 minutes on the clock, almost play the perfect game at the Camp Nou, but for one piece of poor defending, a lack of concentration from a Barca corner, they'd still be 0-0 and potentially with a chance of picking up at least a point.
Denis Suarez on the ball is taken off him by Vieira. Aquilani. Good play there from Hernan Santana. This is Borja. Aquilani again, and Leo Messi picks his pocket nicely. Suarez back to Messi. Suarez, little touch onto Iniesta, beautiful ball to Rakitic. He was a little bit slow in seeing it, and Chimo Navarro was quick to get at the block in. Neat play from Barcelona on the edge of the Las Palmas box there.
Yeah, really neat play and excellent from Leo Messi. Chasing back to win the ball back, and it was almost vintage Football Club Barcelona of the last few years, wasn't it, with Messi, Rakitic, Iniesta and Suarez all involved in that move.
Denis Suarez with the corner, it falls to Messi. Struck it well, just saw it go agonisingly wide there. Valverde with a serious look on his face. He must have taken a deflection off a defender. It's another corner. Denis Suarez to take it again. The battle was between Lemos and Piqué in the area. Messi loses out, Tanane loses out too. The referee says play on. Leo Messi, Piqué, Rakitic, Denis. Good ball through the middle to Leo Messi, and that is how to take the ball around a keeper. The applause sounds like it's a goal in a training session, but believe me, it's not. That is a moment of pure skill from Leo Messi. 2-0 to Barcelona.
Well, even the Football Club Barcelona manager Ernesto Valverde shook his head as he saw that one, as if to say, my goodness me, he surprises me every single week. What a brilliant piece of skill. Firstly, it's a fantastic run and a really, really good pass as well by Denis Suarez. Those two link up very well, but that skill to take it around the goalkeeper, it's almost as if he's not there.
You've got to feel a little bit sorry for Leandro Chichizola there. He knows what Leo Messi's all about, to fellow Argentinians there, but what a finish from Leo Messi. It's just one touch with the left foot and he sells the dummy to the keeper so completely that Chichizola's 3 meters away from the action with one flick of his left foot from Leo Messi. Brilliant finish. Messi amongst the goals again, goal number 10 this season for the Argentine, and it looks as though there's a pitch invader being escorted off the pitch. This is one of the reasons Barcelona didn't want the game to go ahead and insisted it was behind closed doors. They felt there was a possibility of this kind of pitch invasion.
How there's been a pitch invasion by a fan when the game is behind closed doors, I don't quite understand, but anyway, just talking about Leo Messi, it's true, that piece of skill is just incredible. The way he sells the dummy, the way he knows exactly what's going to happen, the way he sees what's going to happen before it happens. He's got some kind of footballing vision that's just quicker and about 3 or 4 seconds sometimes before everyone else, and on that occasion he knew exactly what he was doing, and poor old Chichi Thorra had no idea whatsoever, and he left him for dead. Incredible skill once again from Leo Messi.
Footballing intelligence, footballing quick thinking. Leo Messi, it's sometimes really complicated to describe what he does, but it's always simple, and it's almost always the perfect choice, isn't it, in any given situation. That tiniest of flicks completely sold Chichithola up the river, and it's never unnecessarily flashy from Leo Messi, but it tends to be incredibly efficient. Here's Suarez, lays it off for Jordi Alba, and with Messi on the far post and Suarez through the middle, that was another opportunity. Chichithola quick to get the ball out of the danger area. Here's Tanane, the chase for Cayeri, and this time once again Mascherano getting the better of him, but it will be a corner for Unión Deportiva. He avoided the challenge of Lemos there, laid it off for Alba. Alba trying to drill it back to either Suarez or Messi. Chichithola gathering it and releasing it quickly. Corner for Las Palmas. Ter Stegen asking Luis Suarez to stay a little bit closer to him. Punch clear by the German, it'll be a throw. Tanane's corner. Here's Tanner. Aquilani to Tanner again. Tanane. Nobody there except for the keeper Ter Stegen.
Yeah, that second goal's just killed off Las Palmas a little bit. They'll have still been hopeful after the 1-0. They created enough in the first half to know that they could find a way in behind this Barca defence, but I think now with the second goal, they know it's probably game, set and match and all 3 points to Football Club Barcelona, and if that is the case, it's an important win for them, because it was a difficult day in general for all kinds of reasons, but especially football-wise, to do it in front of no fans at the Camp Nou, it was always going to be a tricky one, and they were up against the Las Palmas side with a new manager who played brilliant football in the first half, controlled the game for large periods of that first half, but they've reacted in this second period, and they've done very well.
Dennis Suarez getting away from Alberto Aquilani there. Here's Iniesta. Busquets. Rakitic. Acres of space for Sergio Roberto. Now Piqué. 75 minutes on the clock, 15 to go. 2-0 to Barcelona. Sergio Roberto couldn't see a way through there, but it came off Tanner. It'll be a throw in to Football Club Barcelona. Rakitic to Piqué at a stretch. Neat play from Sergio Roberto. Leo Messi back to Sergio Roberto again. Busquets to Mascherano. Plenty of opportunity there for Mascherano. It's blocked by Lemos. Macedo back to Chima. Sergio Roberto. Dennis back to Ivan Rakitic. Busquets. Suarez finding Jordi Alba. Iniesta. Sergio Roberto. Messi. Gets away brilliantly from Aquilani. Rakitic, Suarez, Leo Messi! A goal made in Barca there, 3-0 to Football Club Barcelona. Huge smile on the face of Leo Messi, and that, we've seen it before, Duncan, but it's just sheer brilliance.
Yeah, and they were passing it around, and I was about to say to you, it feels more like a training match than ever at the moment, and then suddenly Leo Messi gets the ball, changes the gear, and changes everything, and eventually changes the scoreline, makes it 3-0. Brilliant passage of play, wonderful little pass from Suarez. It's really quick thinking from the Uruguayan, because he gets the ball quickly from Rakitic and just flicks it on immediately into the path of Leo Messi, who knew that ball was coming, continued his run and slotted the finish beyond Chichizola. Really, really good Barca goal.
You've got to feel a bit sorry for Chichizola. Messi took it round him last time. This time he just hit it first time. Hernan Santana's been replaced by Vicente Gomez. Also coming on, Hernan Toledo. And we will confirm who he is replacing. A double change made by Paco Ayestaran.
And it must be really frustrating for the Las Palmas manager, because that double change was ready to be made just before that Barca goal, so he'll have been trying to inspire those players, saying it's only 2-0, we can still do this, we can still get back into this game. Suddenly, just as those players are ready to come on and try and change things on the field of play, Barca go down the other end and score the third goal.
And the flag stays down. Chichizola didn't know too much about it, but got enough of a touch to frustrate Iniesta. Busquets nearly getting that one. And in the end, there's Vicente Gomez, who's just come on. As I said, Hernan Toledo's also been brought on. We know Hernan Santana's been replaced. I have to say, still don't have confirmation of the second change. Jonathan Vieira. Tanani giving it away. It's picked up by Mascherano. Now Denis Suarez. I've got a feeling it might be Tanner who's been replaced by
I think you're
Toledo.
right. I think you're right, because Tanani is still on.
Free kick for the challenge on Leo Messi. Here's a repetition of the goal. He lays it off to Rakitic. A little touch to Suarez. First time Suarez feeding it through the gap. He knew where Messi was. Messi knew where the ball was coming, and he gave no chance to Leandro Chichizola.
It's also really clever from Ivan Rakitic, because he knew that Suarez had the better pass to play it into Messi's path, and he deliberately gave it to Suarez, knowing that that's what was going to happen.
Messi leaving that one for Suarez, and the Uruguayan putting it wide. There's a look of a mixture of relief and satisfaction on the faces of the Barca players now. They knew this was going to be a big ask this afternoon, given the circumstances. They were probably about an hour or so ago thinking we're not going to be playing this game. So they've had to kind of lift themselves, and in this second half they've done just that. Now Rakitic gets into the area. Leo Messi, Iniesta, Sergio Roberto, Rakitic, Sergio Roberto, return ball to Rakitic. Might fall from again. Instead it's played out by Jonathan Vieira. That one almost wrong-footing everyone except for Gerard Piqué. Dennis. Good challenge from Toledo. Chichizola in no great rush. We're inside the last 10 minutes, 9 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Flicked on by Tanani. Well, it fell for Cagliari. You can see what he's trying to do, see what he was thinking. He thought, I'll just hit it first time and hope I can surprise Ter Stegen. Just got under it and sent an up and under up there.
Yeah, it was a sandwich, wasn't it, from Cagliari.
Mascherano on the ball, square to Gerard Piqué. Oh, neat touch. Ivan Rakitic, Denis Suarez cuts it back. Messi couldn't quite get there, and it's cleared up by Vicente Gomez.
Yeah, shame from Denis Suarez. It was a good idea to pull it back. I think it was intended for Ivan Rakitic to almost play the 1-2 with the Croatian, but in the end not quite enough for Rakitic and too far in front of Leo Messi.
Vieri nearly linking up with Kairi there. Once again, Ter Stegen was quickly out of his area to sweep up the danger. Here's Denis Suarez keeping that one in play just. Not in any great rush now, Barcelona, with the 3 goals on the board. Here's Iniesta, Busquets, Leo Messi. Seeking to set up Suarez. Well read by Chichizola.
Just looking at the last few minutes, seeing Leo Messi leave that free kick for Suarez, looking at Messi on a number of occasions trying to find Suarez with a pass, that time flicking it over the defence, you get the feeling that maybe the Argentine is just trying to get Luis Suarez back in the goals. He's been criticised a bit this season for not scoring as many goals as he has in previous campaigns.
Well, he started the season off injured, didn't he? And maybe was rushed back a bit. He certainly came back quicker than was originally expected. Got that excellent strike last weekend in Montilivi in the derby against Girona. But he's also playing practically all the minutes and needs to get a couple more goals under his belt, you'd feel. And
just for his
Leo
confidence.
Messi's well aware of that.
Yeah, exactly. And we've seen today that the huge importance that Suarez has, not just as a goal scorer but as an assister as well.
Well, Andres Iniesta has been replaced. He's only been on the pitch for 38 minutes. My maths is correct, and he's replaced by Andre Gomez, presumably for precaution there, we hope.
I'm a bit worried about him, if I'm honest with you, Simon. I was going to bring it up earlier, and I saw that he was continuing, and I hoped it was nothing, but he chased down a pass, Andres Iniesta, probably 10 minutes into this, or 15 minutes into this second half, and I just saw that he wasn't chasing back. He remained off the screen, he remained high up the pitch, and he looked really disappointed. There was a close-up of his face, and he looked like he might have picked up an injury, but he continued playing. However, I think that he might have pulled something. I think he might have picked up yet another injury, and that's been the huge problem with Andres Iniesta over the last year, 18 months. He's been picking up niggly little injuries that have been keeping him out of the Barca team for 2 or 3 weeks at a time, and then just as he comes back, another little injury. Nothing too serious, but also he hasn't got that continuity in the side.
Jonathan Viera finding Tanani. Tanani thinking about the shot. He twists and turns to get away from Rakitic. Oof. Pulls it across the face of the goal and just wide.
Deserves a goal, Tanani, for his performance today, I think.
He's been really, really impressive.
He really has. And he's going to be a really interesting player to keep an eye on throughout this season. Still a very, very young player. He's at Las Palmas on loan from Saint Etienne.
Leo Messi cutting inside. Hernan Toledo picks out Sergio Busquets, looking for the return ball. Sergio Roberto wanted it too. Busquets powers his way through. Rakitic, Denis Suarez, neat first touch and turn. Luis Suarez, Michel Macedo blocking his way. Jonathan Viera, Tanani, Viera, Tanani. Showing great understanding there. Aquilani taking advantage of the referee playing advantage. This is Hernan Toledo. Jonathan Viera dispossessed by Andre Gomez. 4 minutes to go in the Camp Nou. Piqué. Piqué still left alone to power through into the Las Palmas half. making a sprint into the box. Wants to get amongst the goals, Gerard Piqué.
He certainly does. Probably as much for the celebration as anything else. You'd expect it would probably have some kind of reference to today's activities. Here's Messi's goal again, that brilliant piece of skill to take it round the goalkeeper.
To throw into Football Club Barcelona, there's the possession. 51%, 49%, as near as you can be equal. You don't see that in the Camp Nou very often.
You certainly don't. You don't see it against Football Club Barcelona very often, let alone against Barca at the Camp Nou. And it just shows that Las Palmas have put in a really good performance. They've almost been as good as Barca for most of the game, I'd say. The second half, Barca have turned the screw and looked better, but it's been a wonderful performance from the island side.
Leo Messi with the corner, floated into the far post. Piqué was on the end of it, couldn't control the header. It's picked up by Andre Gomez. Rakitic back to Busquets, who finds Sergio Roberto. Return ball to Leo Messi as Borja Herrera gets gingerly up to his feet. Going to fall to Rakitic. Well blocked by Borja. Sergio Roberto onto it quickly, flicked over towards Suarez, who puts the ball in the back of the net, but that won't count, Luis. The whistle going for the challenge there.
I think it was just a little shove from Suarez moments earlier, which is a real shame because it was quite a finish. What about that? That is insane.
Yeah, beautiful skills there from Luis Suarez. I'll tell you what, Duncan, I think, bearing in mind it's Paco Ayestaran's first game in charge, he won't be totally unpleased with what he's seen today. Obviously, you come to the Camp Nou, you've got a philosophy of football which is to try to get hold of the ball, keep it, play the ball out, one-touch football to build up patiently. He's probably looking forward to the return of Loic Remy, I would imagine, although I think we've both been quite impressed with Jonathan Calleri when he's been involved with the attacking play of Las Palmas. But they're not missing too much, are they?
I completely agree. They've got quality all over the pitch. They're patient in possession. They're capable of creating goal-scoring chances. They're capable of coming to the Camp Nou and dominating possession for large periods of the game. They've got absolute quality in the feet of Jonathan Vieira. Tanane's really impressed me today as well.
And this is another patient build-up in the end. Toledo just losing out to Andre Gomez. To Sergio Roberto, I should have said. This is picked up by Macedo. Brings the ball under control, finds Tanane. Well, excellent return ball from the Moroccan, and the danger brilliantly read there by Javier Mascherano. Suarez, it was blocked in the end by Lemos, and it'll be a throw to Football Club Barcelona.
Tanane also one of those really interesting cases. He was born in Morocco, but he went to the Netherlands at a very early age and actually represented the Netherlands under-21 side, but decided in the end to play for Morocco.
Andrés Iniesta, que recordemos acaba de ser sustituido hace unos minutos por André Gómez. Esta jugada.
Well, we've just seen the grimace on the face of Andrés Iniesta there. He's been replaced. 2 minutes have been added, and very nearly there was Luis Suarez's goal. He's disappointed. And look at his shirt. Luis Suarez obviously being gripped hold of there. Let's see. He makes a brilliant run there, doesn't he? And there's Suarez, which he rips his own shirt in frustration there. And, well, he's going to have to change it. Barca momentarily then down to 10 men.
Just pure frustration from Luis Suarez there.
I mean, it's been a decent performance, really. He's been involved in quite a few goals.
But he's a striker, Simon.
But he wants the goals himself.
He wants his goals.
There he is, Luis Suarez. taking the long way round to get that shirt fixed. It's all over bar the shouting now. Hasn't been too much of that in the Camp Nou this afternoon.
But we did see, sorry Simon, we did see moments earlier, that grimace that I was mentioning to you a while ago, halfway through this second half, where Iniesta made a run. Obviously the change of pace, he's pulled something, and a real shame that he had to go off.
Vicente Gomez playing it wide. The attempted cross by Borja is blocked by Gerard Piqué.